With my retirement fast approaching, along with my eventual transition to full-time living in the Philippines, I've made a very big decision about my health. That's what I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to the USA to Philippines Life channel. It's been a while, I know, since I've sat here and shared something with you guys. We hope you guys have enjoyed the Angry Filipina videos, shorts that we've been sharing on this platform and others as well. It's just a little comedy meant to be funny, not to be taken seriously. We enjoy making them and we hope you guys enjoy watching them. So I'm back, and again, I wanted to share a little bit about health. If you're thinking about retiring overseas, and you've got any health issues, and I know everybody's situation is different. My situation, fortunately for me, I've had a career in the healthcare industry, non-clinical. You guys know that. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a nurse. I'm not a medical technician. I'm in the support, maintenance support area more. Worked for a large New York City area hospital for close to 30 years now. It'll be a little over 30 years when I retire. And with that, I have a lot of inside scoop on different things that are going on to do with health. So a lot of you guys don't know about me is I've struggled a lot with my weight. I had a lot of problems with my weight over the years. You might, if you go back and look at the past couple of years since I started the channel, you'll see my face in various stages of bloatedness and not. Right now I'm on a downtrend again, thank God. But I struggle. And when I was in my first marriage, and mind you, I'm an Italian-American guy. I'm not tall. I'm 5'6". In 2008, towards the end of my first marriage, I peaked out at, believe it or not, 388 pounds. I can find a picture. I'll share a picture here with you guys. 388 pounds. I was a smoker. I smoked more than a pack a day. Really just ate whatever I wanted. Didn't think about nutrition. Didn't really work out or nothing. And I blew up like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade float, unfortunately. But with life giving me the reset button at that point, some health issues that sprang up around that time with the stress of the marriage. My marriage hitting the rocks. I had kids, had a home at the time. So everything falling apart, it really did a number on me, and I sought medical help. I really hadn't been going to the doctor much before then. I was in my early 40s, and I went and got some help and found out that I had some issues because of the extra weight. One being I was pre-diabetic. I had high blood pressure. I had high cholesterol. And as normally the case, I got put on maintenance medication. I got sent to, again, thankfully, I worked for a hospital, and I was able to avail some dietary training for diabetics. Even though I was pre-diabetic, they still sent me to this training, and I was a little annoyed about it at the time. But I went, and I learned a lot. I learned how to count carbohydrates. I became a label reader in the store. I didn't put stuff, whatever I wanted in my cart. I looked at the label. I saw the implications of what I was putting in my body and what that might do to me. So that helped me a lot. And I was able to go from 388 pounds in 2008 down to 220. And I'll try to show a picture of that here. 220 in about 2012, 2013. That was a couple of years before I met my current wife. And to do that, I really was like existing on air. It was like I gave up fast food. I mean, I still don't really eat fast food. Occasionally we will eat it, but I really avoid fast food. And when I do eat fast food, I try to pick the healthiest things on the menu. I love the good stuff, but I know it's not good for me, so I try to not eat those things. My wife, well, I'll get to that in a minute, because that was the next life change that I had. But I gave up the fast food. I gave up the pizza. I love pizza. We live in New Jersey, in the New York City metro area. In case you haven't heard, we have the best pizza here. It's even better than over in the city. People might argue with me about that, but that's what I think. That's in my opinion. It's my opinion. So I got on that healthy lifestyle, gave up those good foods that I enjoyed eating, all the good there's a Chinese food restaurant in every corner around here. I still continued with the Chinese food, but I switched to healthy options. Steamed chicken and broccoli was my mainstay. Ate that once a week, lots of broccoli, lots of grilled and steamed chickens. Still enjoy those foods. And the workouts. I never worked out in my life. I had a physical job before I went and worked at this hospital. I was a commercial landscaper. I was on my feet, fast pace all day. Then when I went to work there in the late 90s, it all slowed down. So I bought myself an exercise bike, I bought myself a treadmill, I bought myself an elliptical machine, and I made good use of those things. And that's how I was able to get from almost 400 pounds at 5'6" down to around 200 pounds. And I shocked everybody at work. They didn't understand how I was able to do that without any help with surgery. And I quit smoking too in that time, which really freaked everybody out, because they couldn't understand how I was able to lose all that weight and quit smoking at the same time. But I did it. Fast forward, I was 2013, 2014-ish, 15, I met my wife. Fast forward, managed to keep the weight off, got married, went to the Philippines the first time, got married over there. 2018, my wife came here and we resumed our honeymoon when she got here. And having a Filipino woman cooking in the house, I just started slacking off of my healthy living, and I started to enjoy the food, and my workout stopped. Again, poor choices. And I ballooned up again. I got from around 220 back up to about 300 pounds. And then I started having health problems again. And you guys remember a couple years ago, this 2022, I had inguinal hernia. I had to have an inguinal hernia repair. I don't think that was so much weight related, but this summer I had a torn meniscus and I had to have knee arthroscopy. And speaking to the surgeon, he kind of put it bluntly and told me that I had arthritis in both knees, and that the extra weight's not helping, and that it was not 100%, but he said, don't be surprised if you're back here with me in the near future for a total knee replacement. Then after that, so I had that done. That went good. Went to PT, got through all of that. And then after that, I was able to drop almost 20 pounds. So right now, I'm on a downtrend of the weight. And all this time, keeping in mind that another 4 years or so, I'm going to be without insurance and not working and living over in the Philippines. So I'm trying to make smart choices now, because I know what is ahead. I started having additional problems. I started having my blood pressure. And this was over in the Philippines. I know my wife is a healthcare too. She's clinical. She's a patient care technician, which is just shy of being a nurse at the hospital. She's big on checking my blood pressure and my O2 and all that. So she's constantly slapping the cuff on my arm, taking my blood pressure, and she noticed that the trend, and also my doctors, and everybody noticed that I was trending higher on the blood pressure. And I do take blood pressure medication, which I did have. They had to lower it when I lost all the weight because I actually had a problem where my blood pressure was too low. But it stayed fine for years, and then all of a sudden it's just been on the high side. So I went back to my primary care doctor. He upped the dosage. It seems to be a little bit under control. I had to cut back on the coffee. I was drinking too much coffee and avoid stress, the usual stuff. With all of this, so I was just in the Philippines, and we were walking around the malls there, and one day my foot started hurting me. It felt like somebody was sticking a knife in the bottom of my foot, my heel. So that turned out to be plantar fasciitis, so I thought. I did Dr. Google and figured it out, got back here to the States, tried to see if it would go away. It didn't go away, so I went to see a podiatrist and found out not only was I correct in my Google MD diagnosis of plantar fasciitis, I also have multiple bone spurs in both feet, and I have arthritis in both feet. Again, advised to try to keep my weight under control. Less weight is going to help with things like that. Custom orthotics, the usual stuff. It's not hurting as bad now. I bought some Skechers, and it seems to be doing better. But all of these things that have been happening to me made me think. And I have a couple friends and colleagues that were struggling with their weight too, and they opted for bariatric surgery. Okay, it is the gastric sleeve procedure, which is right now seems to be the popular procedure. I was astonished at the results that both of these gentlemen had. They both were, always like me, up and down with their weight, and trying all kind of diets and never being able to get below a certain weight. So I spoke to my doctor about it after talking to these two gentlemen and hearing how they lost all their weight within 6 months and are no longer taking maintenance medication drugs, and they're feeling great. One of them is younger than me, one of them is older than me that I know. Since then, I joined a support group for bariatric surgery, so I've been in touch with other people, various ages, different time lengths following the surgery, to see how people do after they have this surgery. Now, for those of you who don't know, the gastric sleeve procedure, they actually take out, it's about 80% of your, let's say your stomach is, inside stomach is like that. They take out like 80% of it, and it leaves a kind of looking like a banana in there. And with that comes innards that create, the hunger sensation and things like that. Not that you're never going to want to eat, because that's not true. But you just fill up quicker from what I'm told. So I asked my primary care physician if he thought that I would be a candidate for this surgery, which is not even hesitation. Yes, go see Dr. So-and-so. Now this was, it actually is the same surgeon who did my hernia repair. It's a laparoscopic procedure, so it's minimally invasive procedure. This procedure requires 1 night or so in the hospital, whereas my hernia surgery was the same day surgery. So I went to see this surgeon and spoke to him, and he was in agreement, and nobody hesitated. I didn't have to go for additional diagnosis or anything for other issues to show the insurance company that I in fact am a candidate for this surgery. So that's where I'm at now. I'm looking at now, as I'm filming this, it's November 12th. And I'm just going through ticking off the visits. I have to meet with nutritionists before the surgery. And finally, the surgery is supposed to happen. It's tentative for February 2024. So I wanted to share that with you guys. And I realize that not everybody has access to the healthcare that I do. And I understand that. And I'm sorry for that if you're not. But that doesn't mean that if you're looking to retire overseas, that you shouldn't be looking into ways that you can improve your health and keep it that way, because you want to minimize any chances of you dealing with stuff while you're over in the Philippines. It's not to say that you can't and you shouldn't, and it's not going to happen. And who's to say I'm going to go through this surgery and I'm still going to have health issues when I'm over there? You got to plan for that too. You definitely can't just do this stuff here and think I'm good, I'm golden, I'm never going to get sick over there. It's going to happen. Hopefully not for you, hopefully not for me. But the moral of this story is, take care of your health. If you're like me and you're still planning stages of retirement abroad, take care of yourself. Look, if you have health insurance, take care of these things while you still have the health insurance, while you're still working. Get a healthier lifestyle going. Try to make those changes. If you're a smoker, try quitting smoking. I smoked for 15 years. To me, I was like it was like a foolish thing that I did in my life. I quit back in 2010. I haven't had a cigarette since. These are things that we all have to think about ahead of retirement. Whether you're going to stay here in the States and retire, or you're going to retire abroad. Because let's face it, you're going to go stay here in the States and work till you're almost 70 if you're in my age group, and you're going to go on Medicare, which really doesn't cover anything. I see a lot of people that push to 65 so they can have Medicare, and I understand it's, you have health insurance with your job and then you retire and you don't have anything anymore. That's something. But I saw my father go through it, and he had to lay a lot of money out of pocket to avail extra coverage to supplement what Medicare didn't cover. And my thinking is the money that you would spend out of pocket to cover that extra coverage, you just bank that money out of your Social Security for self-insuring in overseas. That's what you got to do. And you got to, like a lot of the other vloggers, Philippines retirement vloggers tell you, you got to have some money in the bank. You got to have some money in the bank in case something happens to you over there, so you can take care of yourself. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's the journey I'm on. I was hesitant. I still don't know if I'm going to post this for subscribers only or make it public. I might make it public because I'm probably going to share this journey. And let me know in the comments. Are you guys interested in seeing how I do with this surgery and preparing for it and post, and interested in seeing my the way I look, my look changes after this surgery? Let me know in the comments, because if that's something you guys are interested in, I'll do that, and I'll try to do like regular incremental updates. How the surgery went. It's been this long. I weighed this much now. I'm eating this, because I know the one guy was telling me that it's like a liquid diet for the first 30 days. So no wonder. That all lends a hand in you losing weight. But he said it was easy because he wasn't hungry anymore. Now, any other thing that this surgery does, and the surgeon concurred, what I had read, is that when they do this surgery and they remove that portion of your stomach, it also kind of throttles up your metabolism, which has always been a problem for me. And there's some people that can eat whatever the hell they want and they don't gain any weight because they have a faster metabolism. For me, if I look at something, I gain 10 pounds. So I have a very slow metabolism. So for me, again, and that's why my doctors are all in agreement that this is something that is good for me. And it may not be good for you. And I'm sure I'll hear in the comments negative views on the surgery. I already heard it from my family members. Not everybody's into it. But then again, I work in the healthcare industry. I am privy to internal information. And that's what helped me make up my mind. So I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this decision. If you have any comments about the story that I shared with you guys today, please leave them in the comments. I love to read them and respond to you guys. Thank you guys for taking the time to watch this. If you watched me ramble on this long, you're awesome. I thank you. And as we always like to say at USA to Philippines Life, stay well, stay blessed. We'll see you real soon with another video. Take care.